Hello, my name is Tanya, and I'm the author of the book, Losing Porsha, We Live Through Our Loss. Today, what I want to talk about is basically what was the point of it all? And what I mean by that is, like, my mother, she had like five children, and Porsha was the baby. And, she is like, I have a sister, an older brother, and then it's me, and then my youngest brother, and then Porsha. And I remember my mom saying that like she had the first three children in New York, and she was saying like back then they put mothers to sleep. And she was like, when I woke up, I felt my belly, the baby was gone and everything was all good. And then it's like when she had my brother, he was a breech baby and, feet first. And then it's like with Portia, she was reassured throughout the whole pregnancy that everything is fine, everything looks good, and so forth and so forth. And then for her to have had her, and then she ended up being like a stillbirth. Like, what was the point of it all? And I remember her saying that it felt like somebody had played a horrible, horrible trick on her. I wish that I knew the answer to that. Like, what was the point of it all for carrying a baby all those months, all that love, all those plans, all those dreams, and all of that just to come home empty handed? Like, what was the point of it all? Sometimes people wonder, like, was something going to be wrong with her? Well, we'll never know that because she didn't live. I know my mom was like, well, maybe I was going to die young and wouldn't have been able to, finish raising her. Well, that's not true. My mom is what, 80, 81 years old? My father, maybe, something was going to happen to my father. Well, he lived to the ripe age of 77. Like, that wasn't it. So again, it just make you wonder, like, well, what was the point of all of that? Well, again, there are some things that I believe that in this life we just will never really know the real reason why. I wish we knew, but we don't. But what I'm learning is that we have to accept the sovereignty of God, and that it it was his will. I mean, we don't understand it. To a lot of us, that doesn't make any sense. Like, well, why would somebody go through all that and then this will happen? I honestly don't know. I don't know that. Maybe some of it was to maybe help other families that have gone through it. Maybe some of it was to show people that, life goes on and everything is going to be okay. Maybe some of it is to help other people, again, to share our stories, to give them insight, to give them hope. And I know something that my father talked about a lot, and I mentioned it in my book, was that we'll see her like one day, in the resurrection. Like when I was young, I was like what, 8 years old when it happened, and that concept was totally over my head. I didn't get that. And my father used to say like, you know, Portia, she lived a perfect life, even though her whole life was in utero. She never got to experience, the great outdoors, the blue skies, the green grass, the butterflies, the birds, and all that kind of stuff. But she was here, and he was, he used to talk about the resurrection a lot, and that, like I said, we don't understand it, but we will see her again. And that is being a believer. I believe that. I really do. Um, what else did I want to talk about today? I don't know. Maybe the purpose of it was, I guess, like I said before, to show people that life goes on, and that when we experience devastating loss like that, that it's not the end and that you will see happy, happy days, that life doesn't stop there. And I know, like, with some people, it could be, losing a baby. Some people, it could be losing a loved one. For some, as far as experiencing loss, for some people, it could be losing that career that you thought that you thought was meant for you, and for whatever reason, God had another, other plans for you, and that's a loss as well. Or a loss can be a relationship, something that meant the entire world to you, and it was taken away, or the person started tripping and it just didn't work out. But again, what I'm learning is that we have to heal from it. We have to release all the pain, all the hurt, um, whether it be going to counseling, crying it out, getting in support groups, or whatever the case may be. But the main thing is, you have to heal, and life does get better. Um, there's so many other things that I want to talk about. I know it's been a minute since I did a video, and I've been away for a while traveling, so I'm back. And so I did want to jump up here for a little while, and just to let you all know that whatever loss you experience, stay close to God. He will deliver you. He will heal you, and you will see brighter days. All right, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.